welcome back to my channel. So today I'm working on a small little Victorian house. This is for my LGBTQ, the rainbow Gayborhood build. This one is the bisexual build. And I got the floor plan actually off of Pinterest. It wasn't an actual floor plan. It was a picture of a small Victorian house that I wanted to replicate here in The Sims. Uh, because I'm still learning building, I had to make this the way that it made sense for me. So as you see, I'm adding walls inside so that I can duplicate different parts of the house itself. The house, I'm building it on a 30 by 20 lot, and uh, those are not going to be the same windows and door that I'm going to be using. I use those more as a placeholder. Getting the fence around this was so tricky. It took me a while to figure out exactly how I wanted the fence to go around it because it's only going around half of part of the side, all of the front. But it did end up making it work, and I like how it turned out. The house itself is going to be blue shingles, and that's because this is the blue part of my rainbow. Um, if you look through the playlist, you'll see that I started with purple because that's my favorite color, and then moved on to red, orange, and yellow, and green. And so this is the last of the houses that I'm building for my neighborhood. And the sim that I've created for this, his name is Lincoln, and he's bisexual. So he will have his bisexual flag placed in the house. After I decided which windows I liked, I did go ahead and start placing them around. Did you know that if you put the windows on all, it'll strategically place the windows for you, and then you can just go back around and delete the ones that you don't want on there, but it'll be perfect for the places that you do want the windows to be. I found that to be very fascinating. Loved that. I didn't want those tall windows around all of it. There were some places that I wanted to use short windows, so I did find some short ones that matched that I liked even more. Switched out my door for a blue one. Really loved that blue door there, and then just proceeded to finish putting the windows down on the bottom of it. Are those turrets? Turrets. I can't say it. I don't know what I'm saying. Forget it. As you see, I went ahead and spaced out the wall so that those windows would not go over the entire build. It would just be where I wanted them sectioned at. I didn't really make windows in the back. I did end up doing one large window, and you'll see it a little bit later. But here I'm working on roofing, and I'm finding roofing to be actually kind of fun. It's like putting a puzzle together to make it look like what you want it to look like. I had a little bit of trouble with these this roofing here because it just didn't seem to want to work the way I wanted it to, but I eventually did get it working to my satisfaction. Still not exactly what I would want, but it was satisfactory. I just doubled it so that I could go ahead and put that roof on the other turret. I know I'm saying this wrong, but anyway, moving forward, um, the picture that I went off of, I just really loved how the roofing looked on here, and trying to replicate it was interesting too. Just looking at different things and going, okay, so let's see, will this work? And it did. It worked out in the end. I ended up coloring the roof white and then using blue throughout the rest of the outside of the house. It really made a nice look in there. Now, the house itself, I'm in Windenburg, and my Gayborhood is actually on that small little island to the left of it. For the life of me, at the top of my head, I can't remember the name of it, but I really wish that I could change the name of the little island to be, the Rainbow Gayborhood. Adding the columns all around the house. This is going to be some of them are the decorative ones for the front, and then these solid ones I'm going to be accenting like the windows all around the house and just different areas on it, both the first floor and second floor, and on the turrets, the, all of that as well around each of the windows. And although you're probably not going to be able to see the spandrels too well because of the roofing, I did still want to add them in because when you do have the first, the floors lowered, you will be able to see the decoration then. And I really love how it looks like that. So now that I've got all of those in there, I'm going to go ahead and get the walls done. And I used blue siding around the entire outside of the house. That's the only thing I used. I didn't add any brick or anything like that. Um, Again, because this is supposed to be a Victorian style type house. And I think it's just so beautiful how that blue looks. And there I am messing with that roof again, just because it just there's something about it that just like it just won't do like I want it to. So I messed around with it until I actually just pretty much gave up and said, okay, it is what it is, and it's going to be okay. It will be okay. So after I finished fiddling with the roof and everything else, I've gone ahead and added some railings onto the stairs. They match wonderfully. Added a stone walkway here. I love how the stone looks on here, and it seems to just blend right into the landscaping. And as for landscaping, I did use debug bushes that I sized down to fit like right up underneath the porch area there. I didn't do a whole lot with landscaping. I left that to where you can add whatever you would like, add more landscaping to this depending on the size of the lot that you're going to place this on. Again, this is on a 30 by 20 lot right now, but I do have some bushes around the front and sides of the house. I wanted some ivy to go up the sides, but I couldn't find just the right one. So I used I don't even know what these plants are called, but I used them. I liked how they had just that little bit of color to the plant, and I think it brought it out nicely. It's not ivy going up, but it is a climbing plant, and I really did like that. It did just that small pop of color. And then I wanted some window boxes to go along a lot of my windows. Now, I wanted it around all of the windows, but I could not get those plant boxes to do right. As you see on the top, the second floor, I had to move them around, adjust my windows so that they would fit nicely up there. I did use blue. Um, they they actually look really, really nice. I was playing around with adding this little piece into that front roofing, but in the end decided no, I'm just going to leave it the way it was with that small little circular window. I did get some of the plant boxes around a, a lot of the windows, so it did turn out looking pretty good there. Now, once I got all of those situated, and here you see me trying to get them, I did get them around the bottom part, but that's as far as I could get. I went ahead and added some more bushes, walkway path coming from the back door now, and I'm going to add just a regular fencing that I found, some white fencing. It really, that blue and white looks so good here. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a gate that I liked that was actually tall enough. So instead of using a gate, I just went ahead and took out one of the fencing pieces. So it's just an always open area then. Adjust my bush, added it some, one down at the end as well, and continued my path into the backyard. I'm going to finish decorating the backyard in a little while. I'm going to move inside. Now, I've pulled out some pieces that I do want to use for the inside of the house. And as you see, I've already got my bisexual flag pulled up there. You'll see in the kitchen that there's a bar, actually two bars. That's an open window to the backyard, and I'll show a little bit later that a little better. But it is clipping through the wall, which is fine. If you don't mind the clipping, I don't mind it. But I really wanted that to look like a large open window there where you can be sitting at the bar on the outside and still talk to whomever on the inside that might be cooking. I love how that actually turned out looking. It was a picture that I seen in Pinterest of a real kitchen and bar area, so I did that for my Sims here. Just adding a few pieces. It's pretty much of an open concept with the living living room area, dining room, kitchen. I didn't want to clutter it up too much. The way I did the bathroom was to go ahead and lay out the pieces the way I wanted it, and then built the wall around those pieces. Sometimes I have to do that just so that I can get it just the way I want, and so the Sims can go in and out. And as for all of my other houses, at least one door will be a pride door in the house. This one happens to lead to the bathroom, but it's one of the doors that you see when you first come in. And now I'm working upstairs where, again, everything is an open floor plan for my sim. Um, I didn't feel the need to have everything blue, including the bed, but it is still predominantly blue for them. I've got their desk area, and in my mind, I'm picturing that this sim probably likes to play the guitar, so he's going to have some artwork around the bedroom that does show that he loves music. And up here is where his meditation room will be. got him a nice little poof to sit on up there and the table with the incense. And yes, it is playable. I did try it out.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to
Is it just me, or do you feel like you have an ADD moment when you're going through all of the different clutter items? You'll see something, go, oh, hey, that'll look great in that room, or oh, I forgot to add that to that room. So you'll see me going either upstairs or downstairs quite often because I'll find something in the cluttered section to go ahead and add it to another room. But I'm just adding some clutter into the bedroom and then going downstairs to the bathroom to add, like toothpaste, toothbrush, and so forth, and like the toilet plunger. But getting just different clutter items put around the house and such, shoes, shoe rack, some small pictures, and things like that, just to make it look, lived in, because that's what we do. We have different things that we have around our house, make them look, really nice and lived in, or just because when we come home from wherever we add it in and there it is. And so that's what I'm doing here. And I'm getting some different wall hangings now, going through here to find just the right ones that I wanted for him. Like I said, I picture Lincoln being someone who either plays in the band, maybe those are his band posters, but he's definitely into music. So he's got albums and CDs that he has on the wall, and then some other photos of anything that reminds him of music, or posters of his own music pulled up here.
feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it.
For the bathroom wallpaper, I didn't really want to use tiles, so I just used this, I don't know, striped looking wallpaper. I like how it's masculine, and at the same time it looks almost like brick. Don't forget those light switches. I'm telling you, I'm having to remind myself constantly to add light switches. He also has a guitar downstairs because, he plays in the band, so why wouldn't he have more than one guitar? Fitting the towel in here was, I didn't really want it over the toilet, but at the same time needed to set it in there somewhere. Again, just looking through here to see if I can find just some plants or anything else that to just add to the walls in here so that it's not totally plain, and reminding myself to get those light switches put up here.
I wish I knew. I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my
Because I don't have any top cabinets in my kitchen, I did want to add like shelving of some kind that already has things on it so I don't have to keep going through everything to look for clutter items. So I put those two shelves in my kitchen that already has like some pots and pans, and of course that light switch. Got to remember the light switch. You would think that when I'm on the light switch, I would just go ahead and put it into every room. And now adding lighting throughout the house. I did change one of those lights. It just didn't fit. That orangish pinkish looking one just didn't really fit, and just I opted for the saucer on that then. Getting my lighting upstairs as well. And while I was doing that, I thought, oh, I love these curtain lights. And it acts more like, a separation from bedroom and the rest of the room down there. Got this rocker that I love that came with the new pack. Put it outside so that, when he's in the mood, he can sit on the front porch and rock a little bit. It doesn't have to be your standard rocking chair. That looks pretty good. Adding in my carpeting, trying to remember to add carpeting throughout the house. Well, rugs rather, not carpet. Rugs are not something that I have personally, so I forget sometimes that you might want to add some rugs inside of the Sims house. So that's what I did. Went back through, checked through. I didn't add a lot of rugs, but I did add enough. I think. I think I added enough to make it look good. There we go. And now to the back of the house. Well, you'll see now as he's cooking and such. I did go ahead and decorate the backyard already with a grill, some seating. I'm just checking out to make sure that everything is working like it should. He can meditate, he can cook. You can see the outdoor bar a lot better this way. Decided to switch up on some of my things, get a coat rack and such, and now adding some clutter on top of my bar, some martini glasses and things like that, wine decanter, just to add, clutter to it all. But the outside does have a, a fire pit and just some other places to sit and relax while the Sims are outside. It's not a whole lot, but it's cozy. I like it. It's cozy. He also has a cow plant that will be growing in the backyard as well. That's his protection for anyone walking in trying to sneak in through his outside window. And here comes the welcome wagon. This is awesome. They're all going to be really good friends living out here. You see that they're all hanging out. Some are hanging over by the bar, talking to the people that are inside. And shortly he's going to be going outside to light the fire. Love this, love this. And after a long day, he can come sit on his porch. I hope you liked this video. Come back for more.
Plans.